So we've already looked at our core patient group, we've defined their belief system profile, and we've also identified that we need to start with the early adopters first because the mainstream are comfortable, they're not looking for a better way, but the early adopters always are. They're in search of something better. So how do they actually find those different things? Like what's the mechanism that enables them to discover better things so that they can bring it to the mainstream so that we can have the same belief system profile go through our marketing system? Well, it all starts from them noticing something different. They're very good at noticing something different. They will try it out. They're very prone to risk when it comes to this specific thing. So they're willing to go and try something new, see if it works, see if it's better, see if it's not. And if it's better, they'll bring it back to their group. So the first step we have to do is be different. Differentiation. Differentiation is another one of those buzzwords that gets thrown out a lot. We need to differentiate more. How are we differentiating? What's your unique selling proposition? All these questions. And typically the answers are also very generic and not different at all. We are the most caring. We are the most comfortable. We are the most gentle. We are the most personalized. The doctor likes to carve out a like unique time for just you and the doctor. All this stuff, it's not different. It's a commodity. Like better service, we're better at service. We're friendlier. Like everyone says that. Everyone strives for that. We're trying to be a commodity better. So how do you actually become different? And the exercise that we're going to be doing comes from positioning the battle for your mind. If you want something to read, I really recommend it. Blue Ocean Strategy is also a very good one for learning how to really carve out a market that is being underserved, which is what we're about to do. So first, we're going to create two axes. These are the axes in which we're going to plot ourselves and our competitors so we can visually see how separate we are from the rest of what the offerings are. I'll share in a second here. So second, we're going to list out the possible, different possible axes. So what could go on these points? And these are ways of a dental practice or how a dental practice can be different that a patient cares about. So it's not something that a patient doesn't care about. So it's not like which practice management software do you use? It's not going to go on this list, but something they do care about. So something like, are they more medical-like and professional, or are they more spa-like and more comfortable driven? Are they more luxury, or are they more practical? Are they more conservative, or do they like to be more go in and fix things? Like these are things that patients actually care about. So we're going to go ahead and write out about 10 of these things. All right, so I'm just going to write 7 here. Let's do 8. All right, so if you have axes, if you have ways of being that you want, I really recommend that you start with your own list. I'm going to have one in the exercises or as an example. But when you start with your own list, then you truly start to lean into things that you kind of intuitively want, like the ways you intuitively want to differentiate. So for example, for me, I like to think more strategically. I just know that marketing agencies are more prone to think tactically. So I just know that, okay, that is one way that I'm going to differentiate. So stuff like that, it really brings out your unique strength. If you really have to, then go with the example list, but think of your own if you can. All right, next step, identify which axes your core patient group already cares about. So from here, we're going to reference our belief system profile, and we're going to ask which ones are going to match what they believe. Like, what is something that they're going to actually care about? Let's say there is friendly versus professional. Like someone is like all chummy, one is more like keep it professional. Let's say this belief system doesn't really care about that at all. They care more about affordability, they care more about the actual quality of the service. That's gonna matter more. So in that case, what we would do is circle the ones that matter the most to your belief system profile. So let's say it's these 3. Then we're gonna eliminate popular and safe axes. So you'll probably know your market, you'll probably know your competitors. What are they, how are they trying to differentiate? What are they saying? Chances are they're not really doing a good job at differentiating. But what do you intuitively know? Like, is this guy trying to go cheap? Is this guy trying to go as like the implant guy? Like, how are they trying to do it? Are they specializing? Are they going more general, being broad and providing everything? All right, so cross out the things that every dentist claims, would appeal to everyone, requires no trade-off, keeps you in the middle, sounds nice but means nothing, could be printed on a billboard for any practice, and if it feels comfortable, eliminate it. If it feels risky, keep it. So let's say this one just was too generic. So let's get rid of that. Only the extremes are noticeable, memorable, and meaningful. We use the word extremes, but I don't mean that we're gonna provide dentistry in a way that's never been done before. We're gonna go crazy with our services. That's not what I mean. Extremes in terms of positioning. How far can you differentiate yourself from what's already being offered? That's true differentiation. Okay, fifth, plot your competitors. I don't have a prompt here yet, but what I'll do is I'll have a copy and paste prompt you could do. You fill in the blanks with your axes and your address. And what it will do is it will start graphing out where on the axes that your competitors lie. And I missed a step. So we actually have to map these axes first. So let's say we chose affordable versus more luxury. And let's say we chose maybe friendly versus professional. Now, these are terrible examples because these are very generic. But let's say affordable up here, luxury down here, friendly here, and then professional here. So what I'll do is I'll plug the prompt into ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Gemini, or wherever, and it will give you a chart of where people lie. For me, it was like, okay, your competitors are medium here, they're low here, they're high here. And what you end up seeing is where on this graph they lie. Let me erase this real quick. So chances are, if you look at your competitors, they're gonna claim to be a lot of stuff. And the way the AI works is they're gonna pull from their website. So a lot of the BS that they write on their website is gonna come up as their differentiation. Really look between the lines, because really you'll get like some results that say you have some people who are here, who are here, who are here. But if you look at it, they're actually like right here. They don't stray too far from each other. It is still very a commodity market. And that's what I had to do for myself as well. So you're gonna realize a lot of people generally are commodities, but there's some practices who are outliers. They actually do go a certain, like a certain differentiated path, or like right here, or maybe one's like right here. And then from this, you can say, okay, now we have two areas that are underserved, that are important to my core patient group, and no one's filling it, basically. So is this a way that I want to fulfill the service? So is this how I want to differentiate? Do I want to be more practical and affordable? And it's totally possible that your answer is no. Like, this isn't the way I want to do it. And in that case, you would just go back to the axes, get rid of one, and try it again. Or do I want to be luxurious and more, what was F? Friendly. Okay, that works good for me. This is how I'm going to do it. Then you can take up that spot. There's people who want friendly and luxurious, and we've confirmed it with the belief system profile. It's grounded in reality. This is an assertion, but it is a pretty accurate one, and fair to, I think, pretty realistic. And so this is how we're going to serve our core patient group. Again, if it doesn't work, then swap out the axes. So what happens if you're in a truly competitive market, and this can happen more in cities? Chances are, again, most people are going to be commodities anyway. But let's say you graph it out and, all right, I want to be here, but there's someone who's also there. Then what you could do is you could create a third axis if you need to. And this is going to be our z-axis. So imagine that it's coming out this way from the board, and you can create a third axis. So let's say in this axis, for some reason, they're very, I don't know, they love being cosmetic about stuff, or they love being flashy, or flashy and reserved, right? Then you can stretch it, you can go this way, and then they can go back there. And that's another way of differentiating yourself in the market. Now, we don't want to do too many axes because then the message gets diluted and people are going to start wondering, what are you really? But 2 to 3 is typically good. So by the end of it, we're going to have our positioning statement, aka your differentiation statement. For our core patient group, we are the dental practice that leans strongly towards blank and blank instead of blank and blank, because it aligns with what they value most. If you have 3, blank, blank, blank instead of blank, blank, blank. Yeah, and so that is how you differentiate. And when early adopters see this, they're gonna realize, oh wow, like that is an offering that I've never seen before. That is a new thing. Let's go and try it out and let's see if that's better. They will engage just to see if it's better. And that's how we get the entire system started.